sure you don't have something to tell us? Jungkook blinked, feigning confusion. What no? What do you mean? Yoongi stepped forward, a mischievous grin spreading across his face. Come on, Jungkook. We've been friends for years. We can tell when you're hiding something. Jimin nodded, his eyes narrowing playfully. Yeah, you've been acting weird lately. And that whole thing with Professor Kim. It's too much of a coincidence. Jungkook's stomach dropped. He thought he had been subtle, but apparently, his friends knew him too well. He tried to come up with a quick excuse, but before he could say anything, J-Hope spoke again. We saw you coming out of Professor Kim's office just now. You guys were in there for a long time. J-Hope said, his tone light but teasing. Jungkook's face flushed, his mind racing for a way out. We were just talking about the lecture. Jungkook mumbled, but even to his ears, it sounded unconvincing. Yoongi let out a low whistle, crossing his arms as he leaned in. Really? Just talking? Because that's not what it looked like to us. Jimin gasped dramatically, his eyes widening. Wait, don't tell me you're actually dating Professor Kim. Jungkook froze, his heart pounding in his chest. He opened his mouth to deny it, but his face had already betrayed him. His friends stared at him in shock before their expressions morphed into grins. You're dating Professor Kim? J-Hope exclaimed, his eyes lighting up with excitement. Jimin's eyes narrowed as he stepped closer to Jungkook, his gaze sharp and calculating. Wait a second. Jimin leaned in, scrutinizing Jungkook's neck. His expression shifted from playful to scandalized in an instant. Jungkook, is that? Oh my god, you've got a... Jimin gasped dramatically, pointing at the fresh hair peeking out from beneath Jungkook's collar. Jungkook's eyes widened, and he instinctively raised a hand to cover his neck. What no? It's not. Don't even try to deny it. It's right there. Clear as day. Jimin cut him off, his voice rising in excitement. Yoongi and J-Hope immediately crowded around, their eyes sparkling with curiosity. No way. That's definitely a... J-Hope muttered, leaning in to get a better look. Yoongi smirked, crossing his arms. Looks like someone's been busy. Jungkook groaned, his face burning with embarrassment. Guys, seriously, it's not what you think. Then what is it, Jungkook? Did you fall onto a vacuum cleaner or something? Jimin teased, wiggling his eyebrows. J-Hope snorted. A vacuum cleaner, really? Jungkook sighed, realizing there was no way out. His friends weren't going to let this go. He glanced around, making sure no one else was within earshot, before lowering his voice. Fine. You're right. I'm dating Professor Kim. Jungkook muttered. For a moment, there was stunned silence. Then, all at once, his friends erupted into a mix of cheers and laughter. I knew it. I knew there was something going on between you two. Jimin exclaimed, practically bouncing on the balls of his feet. J-Hope grinned. Professor Kim and our little Jungkookie, huh? Honestly, I'm impressed. How did you even manage to pull that off? Yoongi chuckled, his smirk widening. Yeah, he's not exactly the approachable type. Jungkook ran a hand through his hair, feeling both relieved and overwhelmed. It just happened. Okay. We've been seeing each other for a while now. And did he give you that as a love token or what? Jimin pressed, his grin mischievous. Jungkook groaned again, covering his face with his hands. Aish, don't remind me of this. He is impossible. He thought it'd be funny to leave his mark on me. Just to remind me that I'm his. J-Hope laughed. Man, that's bold. I never thought Professor Kim had it in him. Yoongi's expression turned more thoughtful. You know, this explains a lot. Like why he's always so strict with us but seems to have a soft spot only for you. Jungkook peeked through his fingers, his heart pounding. You guys, you're not mad. Mad? Are you kidding? This is amazing. Our best friend is dating the professor on campus. You're living the dream. Jimin scoffed, throwing an arm around Jungkook's shoulders. J-Hope nodded in agreement. Just be careful, okay? Relationships like this can get complicated, especially with the whole student-teacher dynamic. Jungkook smiled, feeling a weight lift off his shoulders. Thanks, guys. I promise, we're being careful. Yoongi smirked. Good. But you better keep us updated on all the juicy details. Jungkook blushed, but he couldn't help but laugh. I'm not telling you anything. We'll see about that. Jimin teased. His eyes sparkled mischievously as he nudged Jungkook's shoulder. As their detention time ends, Jungkook said his goodbyes to his friends. He felt lighter than he had in months. He couldn't wait to go back home, where Tae would be waiting for him with open arms. As he walked through the door of their shared apartment, Tae was there, sitting on the couch with a soft smile. Without a word, Jungkook crossed the room and fell into his arms, feeling Tae's warmth envelop him completely. Everything went well? Tae asked, his voice low and comforting. Jungkook nodded, pressing his face into Tae's chest. Yeah. Better than I expected. But they got to know about us. Just because of the art you made on my neck. Jungkook said, trying to sound complaining. Tae chuckled, and kissed the top of Jungkook's head, his arms tightening around him. Isn't it a good thing? I don't want you to hide from them and always struggle. Jungkook looked up, meeting Tae's gaze, and smiled. Neither do I. I feel relief now. So don't you think you should reward me for giving you this comforting feeling? Tae said with a playful mischievous smirk on his lips. Jungkook's eyes widened, realizing what Tae meant. Yeah, Tae, don't you dare to think about that. I can't even walk after that. I have classes tomorrow. Jungkook said in panic. It's too late, baby. I already imagine it. Tae said with a smirk, his eyes darkening as he slowly leans toward Jungkook's face. Jungkook tried to pull away from Tae, but Tae tightened his grip, his smirk only growing wider. Come on, baby. You can't expect me to resist you when you look so adorable trying to act tough. Jungkook's cheeks flushed, his heart pounding against his ribcage. Tae, I mean it. I'm exhausted and... Before Jungkook could finish, Tae leaned down, capturing his lips in a slow, tender kiss. Jungkook melted almost instantly, his protest on his lips. The warmth of Tae's touch and the softness of his lips made him forget everything else. When they broke apart, Jungkook was breathless, his eyes half-lidded. Tae's fingers traced lazy patterns on his waist. "See, you're already relaxing," Tae said in a teasing tone. Jungkook huffed but couldn't hide the small smile tugging at the corners of his lips. You're impossible. And yet, you love me for it." Tae gently guided Jungkook to their bedroom, the tension in the air thickening with each step. Once they're inside, Tae closed the door, his eyes darkening with desire. He walked over to Jungkook, his hands trailing down the younger's arms before settling on his. "Let me take care of you, baby. I know you want it." Jungkook's breath hitched as Tae leaned in, pressing soft kisses along his jawline, down to his neck, where the faint mark still lingered. "Tae, listen, we shouldn't." Tae chuckled against his skin, his voice low down. "You say that, but your body tells me otherwise." Jungkook's knees felt weak as Tae's lips continued their descent, his hands exploring every inch of his body with gentle yet possessive touches. Tae lifted Jungkook effortlessly, laying him down on the bed. He hovered over him, his eyes filled with adoration and hunger. "You're mine, Jungkook. Every part of you." Jungkook's hands found their way into Tae's hair, pulling him down for another kiss, this one deeper, more urgent. Their breaths mingled as the world outside faded away, leaving only the warmth and passion between them. The night was filled with whispered confessions, soft gasps, and the sound of their hearts beating in sync. Tae's touches were both gentle and demanding, showing Jungkook just how much he loved and cherished him. By the time the first rays of dawn peeked through the curtains, Jungkook lay curled in Tae's arms, completely spent but utterly content. Tae pressed a kiss to his temple, his fingers brushing through Jungkook's hair. "I love you, baby. More than anything." Jungkook smiled sleepily, nuzzling closer. "I love you too, Tae." With their hearts full and their souls entwined, they drifted off to sleep. The outside world is almost non-existent for them now. Only their love exists. The morning sun streamed through the curtains, casting a warm glow over the room. Tae stirred awake, a soft smile playing on his lips as he tightened his hold around Jungkook's waist. The younger was still fast asleep, his face nuzzled into Tae's chest, breathing evenly. Tae gently brushed a few strands of hair away from Jungkook's face, leaning down to press a soft kiss on his forehead. "Baby, it's time to wake up. You've got classes, remember." Jungkook groaned, burying his face deeper into Tae's chest. "No, Tae, don't you dare wake me up right now." Tae chuckled at Jungkook's sleepy protest. "Come on, baby. You don't want to be late, do you?" Jungkook shifted slightly, his eyes still closed as he mumbled in a hoarse, sleepy voice. "I'm not going anywhere. You broke me completely last night. I can't even move, let alone walk." Tae smirked, leaning closer to Jungkook's ear. "Or was I that good?" Jungkook opened one eye, glaring weakly at him. "Don't flatter yourself, Mr. Kim. You're impossible, and I hate you right now." Tae couldn't help but laugh, his deep, rich tone resonating in the quiet room. He pulled Jungkook closer, kissing the tip of his nose. "You don't hate me, baby. You love me." You even said so last night. Jungkook pouted, his lips forming a small, adorable pout. I take it back. Now let me sleep. Tae sighed dramatically, pretending to be hurt. Fine, but don't blame me when you have to explain to your professor why you skipped class. Jungkook snorted, his eyes still closed. You are my professor, don't forget that. I'll just tell them you kept me up all night with your endless lectures. Tae's laughter filled the room, and he pressed another kiss to Jungkook's temple. Alright. You win this time. Sleep a little longer, my love. Jungkook hummed contentedly, snuggling deeper into Tae's warmth. Thank you, Tae. Love you. Tae smiled, his heart swelling with affection. Love you too, baby. With that, Tae settled back into the pillows, holding Jungkook securely in his arms. The two of them drifted back into peaceful slumber, wrapped in each other's warmth, their love stronger than ever. The end. Thanks for watching, puffballs. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and share. Also subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to never miss any updates.